Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the MIE Productions magazine pouch. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me for free by MIE Productions, but prior to that I really have no relationship with them. I have been a fan of their holsters for quite a few years now, and they do make my favorite concealment holster, which is the Javelin light bearing. So this is a Kydex magazine pouch. It does come with a kind of standard style pocket clip, and it can be moved to either side. So you could wear this inside the waistband or outside the waistband, just depending on what you want to do. It definitely seems well made. It's very rigid, and overall seems to be good quality, which is what I've come to expect from MIE. Now, they have several different models of this carrier on their website. They have a 9 and 40 single stack model, a 9 and 40 double stack model, which is the one that I have here, and they also have a 45 model for single stack and double stack as well. Now, what makes this magazine so unique, at least in my opinion, is this retention system. Maybe this is something that I have just simply missed on the market, but I have never seen a retention system exactly like this. It is a clamshell type design like every other magazine carrier out there that is made of Kydex, but normally you would adjust your retention here on the side. With this carrier, you simply use a Allen wrench, and this is where you adjust your retention. And the best way I can describe this, it is like a A-shaped wedge. So you have a A-shaped design in here, the best that I can tell. And as you tighten and loosen the Allen wrench, one of the legs of that A enters into the mag carrier. So it is getting all of its retention from this little wedge, and it is not getting it in the traditional way where it squeezes around the magazine. And the big advantage I see to that is it makes this carrier fit all of these different magazines. Because it's not squeezing the mag, it's providing retention straight in and straight out. It will fit a wide variety of magazines. Also, I have found, even though this is made for a double stack, if you take something like this single stack 1911 magazine and you set the carrier up for it, it will self-center the magazine because of how it is getting this retention. You can see it's very floppy. That obviously would not work. But as I tighten it, there we go. I can get good retention. Magazine isn't going to fall out. And you can see how it is perfectly centered. Even if I flex it to the side when I let go, it goes right back to the center every time. And this mag pouch is not made for this magazine, but it works extremely well, almost as if it is made for it. Then I can simply remove the 1911 magazine because this is the 21st century. And I can go right back to a Glock mag, get that perfect retention every single time. This is a CZ mag, so you can see that one is really loose. And there we go, just like that. I have perfect retention with a CZ mag. This is a SIG 365 mag, so this is bigger than a single stack, but smaller than a double stack. It's pretty good in there right now. Give it just a little bit more. And there you go. You've got good retention. And there's that self-centering feature. Like I said, I don't know if it's designed that way, but it certainly does work well. Let's go to, this is a Canic mag, which is made by Metgar. Once again, a little loose. Can tighten that up. Perfect retention. Not going to fall out or anything like that. Now, this is a Keltec 30 round 22 Magnum magazine. So this is a very, very odd shaped magazine, and I've never found a carrier that this would fit in other than, you know, nylon carriers and things like that. Doesn't fit. Loosen it up a little more. A little tight, so I'm going to go a little looser. And there you go. Just like that, you've got the most oddball of magazine fitting in this exact same carrier. Good retention. Perfect. And last but not least, we have a 10mm mag. Now this one is a little bit tighter, but it definitely fits in there absolutely fine. Not going to fall out or anything like that. Something it's definitely not designed for, and that is a multi-tool. This is a relatively inexpensive multi-tool. This is the Gerber suspension. Fits in there loosely. One or two turns, and there you go. You've got good retention of the multi-tool, not going to fall out. and it is still self-centering just like it did with the magazines. Now, this isn't marketed as a universal mag carrier, but I find this thing to be extremely versatile, and when it comes to modular magazine carriers, this would definitely have to be my favorite. I'm not a fan of nylon type magazine carriers. There's several reasons for that. Now, they can be very modular and fit a lot of magazines just like this. They generally are much taller, and the problem that I have with that is when you put the magazine in and the carrier comes all the way up to here, even with a full-size mag, this is a 19 round Glock mag, when that carrier comes up to here, it makes it very hard to get the correct type of index that you're supposed to on a magazine if you're looking to have extremely fast reloads. With these Kydex carriers, you can chop that down a little bit, gives you a little bit more magazine sticking out, and therefore you can get a better grip on those magazines. So a Kydex magazine carrier like this that is universal, in my opinion, is superior to the nylon options. Now, normally this isn't the type of carrier that I would really use. Generally, when I'm using a war belt or something like that, I want something that is a little bit more permanent mounted. I want those mags to be in exactly the right place every single time. If you want to shoot to a really high standard, you've got to have consistency on every level. And when I'm running from concealment, I generally carry with a reload wrap, which is a in the pocket magazine carrier. I will link reload wrap down in the description, and I also have a code with them that I'll put down there as well. Now, the use that I do have for this carrier is twofold. One, if I'm shooting some kind of a odd gun, whatever that may be, a 1911 or 10 millimeter or something like that, maybe I'm doing some hunting with a 10 millimeter and I want to carry another magazine. I don't have a lot of equipment to go with those more oddball guns, and this gives me a way to just always be able to, at minimum, have a extra magazine on my person. You could obviously swap it from inside to outside the waistband, so you could even apply that to a concealment roll. And the other use is when I'm working with someone on the range, maybe they're a newer shooter and they don't have a gun, they don't have a holster, they don't have any equipment at all. I can get them set up with a loaner holster and something like this, so they can at least start working on the fundamentals down on the range. Or if I've got someone who has a good gun and holster but they don't have a mag carrier, this can just make range days a little easier. Although it's not really my ideal type of carrier for what I use, it at least gets a magazine on their person so they can start working some of those fundamentals when it comes to reloads and things like that. And because it is so adjustable, it doesn't matter what type of firearm they may be using. With a quick little turn of the screw, I can make it fit pretty much everything. So that about wraps it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and found the information helpful. If you need something like this, a true universal magazine pouch, but it is still Kydex, something you can take on and off real easy, maybe pass off to a buddy that you're working or training with, I would highly recommend this. If you have any questions or you would like to contact me directly, there's several ways you can do that. Instagram and Facebook is going to be the best way. If you're not following me in those places, I would appreciate that as well. And also, my email is going to be down in the description. As always, thanks for watching. See y'all next time.